Hi, so I want to show you how to convert a piece of clothing from another game to Sims 3. So you want to open the object in milk shape and it would look like this, maybe with a head, hair and other things, and you'll have to delete all those other things except the one thing you want to convert. I will show how to convert with the top, because you have to do some things with it that you won't have to do with the pants. You have to do the things with dresses or skirts too, so that will cover more than if I just converted the pants. Mostly you will have enough groups that are named, so you don't have to find out exactly what you have to delete. And in this case I will delete everything except the shirt. Now we just have the shirt left. That's the first step. And now you have to import a Sims 3 body, and you'll see it's much smaller than the Sims 3 body itself. To properly work on it, you'll want to hide the shirt first, then select the whole body and click Ctrl and H, so you won't be able to accidentally delete anything from it. Then you'll blend in the shirt again and, well, continue. You just have to match it to the body. And you will want to scale it, so I put it on 1.02, so it just does small steps. And you just want to match it to it. It's a hard part, but well, you have to do it. You don't really have to worry about everything, because you can delete what's under the shirt if it really sticks out and you don't really want to change that. So that's something what you can do. So now you see that's the whole doesn't match up with the shoulders, and you have to work on that too. I don't recommend to change the sim body, because then well, it won't match up with all the things you do in game, so it won't really fit into the game then. There are just some cases, like when you have the hips here or here, there you can delete some parts because you won't need them, but I would not recommend that. So when you want to work just with one side or just the front side, you will have to select the whole thing and click Ctrl and H, so then it will hide it and you can just work with one side and not both. And in some cases you need that. And if you don't think you can work with this little dots thing, you'll just click texture and then wireframe, and it will show this. can actually see all the shapes and some texture. When you have put it on texture, then you can see that too. It's a long process to really fit this mesh onto a Sims 3 body, and I will just do it roughly, not completely like I would if I really wanted to work on it. Okay, so you'll have to really match it up to everything, so it will work with all the bottoms and yeah, well, with the sim itself. And it's, in some cases you can just select it and then scale it down, and it won't look too weird. Now when you go into the 3D view, you can see that it's invisible, and we don't want that because it will be invisible in game 2, and well, that's not convenient. And you just select the whole thing. Well, before you do that, you have to lower the poly count, because it will be too much, I think, mostly. Well, in this case, the poly count is not too high, so we can work with it like that. You will want to choose the shirt, duplicate it with Ctrl and D, and then you go on face, reverse vertex order. Now you can see that's black, and it will be dark in game 2, except if you click on vertex, align normals, then we'll have the color of the shirt. Then you will want to scale it down just a little bit so it isn't exactly the shirt, because that will give you weird stuff in game. So now you have the shirt and all the parts we want to have. Now you can delete the lower part, the bottom. Then just delete it. And then we want to delete this part of the body itself because we don't need it. We just need the arms and the shoulders. So that's, if you think it looks good enough, it works like this, then we're done with the first part. You will want to regroup those two, and then we want to remap the whole thing. It's like the most important step, and mostly your texture won't look as good as it did at first because you don't have that much space on the Sims 3 texture than you have on it like now, right now. You open the template that shows where you can put the stuff. We just have a top, so we can only put it on the top. And we have to think about that this part here, we can't put it on there either, because if you do that and the sim has tattoos, the tattoos won't show up, and I think that's not what we want. So have just this little space on the left where we can put this. And that's a real problem for Sim 3, but we can't really change anything about that. So you just scale it down, make it really small, and rotate it. And put it here, and look, I think it's too big still, so we scale it down a lot more. And to test out if it really is there where it should be, you regroup it, look on the map, and if it clashes, then you'll turn around, redo the step. You just go back to this and scale it down a little more and try it again. So now this works, and that's on the little space we have so we can put the texture there. Then we'll go to Photoshop or GIMP, whatever you have. It works both, and I will show you in Photoshop, but it's the same process in GIMP, so you don't have to worry about that. So you will want to open the fill where the shirt is from the object you want to convert, and I do have it somewhere here. Now it will be a little bit confusing because there's so much stuff, and you'll just have to see or read the name to find it in the folder, but that's not always like that. So here is the shirt. Yeah, that's the shirt we want. And the texture has to be 1024. That's the Sims texture. And then you'll go to this map you have and make a print screen of it. And do this. And then scale it so you'll know where you can put the texture. That's how I do it, because you just, when I guess, then it's not right, and well, it won't work how it is supposed to work. Now you have this, and you only need the gray part here, so you delete this, all of this, and you just take this part and also scale it down to that little part here. Maybe change the opacity so you can actually see if you place it right. I think I have it now. Yeah, that should work. Then you'll select the part and make a channel for it, so you have an alpha, and it just is white. And then you have the texture done. You can also work on the texture a little more, so because the quality is decreased, but that's not, I will not do that right now. So now we have the texture and we can put it on. And well, here's the shirt. So there was the part we do in Milkshape. Now we take this out of Milkshape, assign the bones and the morphs with a tool from CMAR, and then we'll put it in the Sims 3 workshop. So you export it as, no wait, you'll have to rename it to group base, so the game only takes that. Then you'll export it as the base. Don't close Milkshape yet. If something went wrong, we can still fix it. So now we go and open the tool from CMAR, the mesh toolkit, and with that you can assign the bones, because that's the hard part, and I've always done with the tool. So it's so much easier than doing it yourself, and it's much more accurate that way. Okay. You put in the base and a reference. I have many references exported, so I can easily do it. And it's a female top from the game. And I'll just lead it to my shirt again. And now I have all the bones assigned, so it will, if your sim moves the arms or the back or whatever, the shirt will move with the body, because it has the same bone assignment. And if you forget one part of the bone assignment and it's assigned to the wrong part, like the foot, then it will move with the foot instead of the body, and that will mess up everything. So that's an important part. So we'll make a new project with a simple top from the base game, so it will be base game compatible. I will have a link to all the programs and tools I use in the description, so you won't have to search for them. I will link you directly to the things you need for this. I don't know how to get a model from a game. I just Google them, or my friend sends them to me. Yeah. You can see if it's from the base game or not with the numbers it has. So those are from the base game. And you'll give it a name. Because, well, it needs a name, so when you have two things with the same name, they won't work. The slower this goes, the higher the quality of the mesh is. So I haven't really fitted it on the sim right now because I want to keep this tutorial short. It looks nice, not perfect on the top because I haven't really finished that, but it's nice. Those black things you see, they won't be showing in game, so you don't have to worry about that. So nice color. So we'll need to have the mask and the specular and the normal map so it works properly. You can see this is nice, right? you just have to really fit it on the sim. It's a long process, and I really can't really show you what I would show you right now. It won't work for everything because there will be arms that you have to fit to the body from the sim or anything like that, but it works all the same. You have to move, scale, rotate, and just make it fitting to the sim's body. So now we'll create the morphs with this tool. It's the same step as before. You just lead it to a reference and click create mob mesh groups. Oh, wait. I wouldn't oversave it because sometimes the morphs aren't really spot on, and then you will want to redo them or anything like that. So if it takes some time, it means just that the mesh is really high quality and has many vertices, so don't worry, it takes some time. And then you'll have this, and you can move it up and down, and well, nice. Then we'll have to do the rest of the textures. This one. So you make a new layer with the color down, so it's almost black but not too black, so it still has a little shine but not too much, and that's the specular. Then you delete the specular map and you'll have this, and you put black under it and put it together, and then you'll have this normal map filter. And then you have to first copy the red one and copy it onto the alpha, and then copy the green one and copy it to the red and to the blue one, and then you're done. Then you can save it and it's done. It's important to have some depth to the shirt to make it look a little bit more real. And then the last one is simple. You just color it with red because you just have one channel. If you have two channels, then you'll have pure yellow and pure red. If you have three channels, then you'll have pink, that's 255 on red and 255 on blue. And if you have four channels, that's the maximum. Then you'll have to make the fourth channel with the alpha map. It's really complicated. You will mostly just have 3 channels, or just 1 or 2. And then you'll import all the textures you have made. And this is the important part. You'll have to also import them here, and you will not want to import them again. You will browse for them, because if you import them again, the field will get bigger and bigger, and well, we don't want big fields, we want compact fields. This is a normal map. This is specular. So that was a part. I never really do the level of details because I don't think it's important that it looks good when it's not the high level of detail, and you only have the non-high level of detail when it's the game isn't rendered properly. Now you'll have other examples here, other presets, and you will want to delete them all. And if you want to have more presets, you just duplicate it and change the presets. Like I'll make a red one now. Oh, right. A red one, nice. And you go check on clothing, no, you go check on category and put it in all the categories where you want to have it, where I think it's good to have them. So now you see it's for young adults and female. And well, that's it. You just export it. Give it whatever name you want. And you're done. Then you can test it in game and see if anything is wrong, and well, work on it a little more. So I hope you could follow this. If there are questions, I will answer them. I hope you can understand me, because I'm German and well, it's hard for me because I don't know many words and I have an accent, and well, I still hope this was somehow helpful. Bye.